Hey cats and kittens, welcome to Janie Rock Tries Diets. If you haven't been here before, I try a diet a week for the next year and report back on what works and doesn't work for people who've been very heavy their whole lives to stay on a diet and stick it out and have some success. Today we're going to be talking about Bravery and how I'm doing so far with the 21-day fix. Me and my friend Richard can't wait to see you on the other side, so come on in. I wanted to talk to you guys about my picture of Richard Simmons, which is the horror of my teen years. He was always taped to the refrigerator for inspiration, thanks to my mom, who wrote him a letter, and he called my house to talk to me. Thank the Lord, thank baby Jesus that I was not at home, because even just coming home to hear that she had written a letter to Richard Simmons was the most humiliating experience of my entire life. Even worse, having this guy taped to the refrigerator when many teen girls came through my house to spend the night at sleepovers. So, yeah, it's kind of funny. She put it in a box of my things, like keepsakes from my childhood. And it's sort of fitting because the 21-day fix is a lot like Richard Simmons' deal a meal plan. With the 21-day fix, you use containers to determine what portion sizes you'll have during the day. So you have a certain number of green containers and purple containers and red containers that represent different food groups, and you check them off. With Richard Simmons' deal a meal, you had a binder and you had cards with different categories, and when you moved all those cards from one day to the other, you were done. It always seemed like a really good plan to me, and it works really well with the 21-day fix. The food on the 21-day fix is filling, and it's because they limit the number of dressings and toppings, and you're not going to be able to put a lot of cheese. There's no dressings for salad outside of what's in the book that they teach you how to make. The food list is pretty strict about keeping you to lower calorie versions like turkey bacon instead of regular bacon, of regular foods to keep you in the calorie range that they've set for you. So it really does a good job of controlling hunger by giving you a lot of food bulk, by taking out the extraneous calories that just add superfluous calories that aren't helping you at all. I'm enjoying the eating plan so far. I haven't been incredibly hungry. There aren't really a lot of treats unless you save up color container categories for them. So tomorrow my friend Courtney is going to come see you guys, and we're going to talk about people who've had pretty decent success on the 21-day fix, and I know she builds a cheat meal into her week that she really looks forward to. So we're going to talk about that, and you can see that video tomorrow on Monday. But today I want to talk about the exercise that comes along with the 21-day fix, and then we're going to talk a little bit about bravery. The 21-day fix exercise is difficult. And, you know, I want to know how you get through these workouts. So if you guys are doing the 21-day fix, talk about how the working out has gone for you down in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. The workouts are difficult, and I'm finding myself having to modify the modifier lady, the lady who does the easy exercises for people like me who are like, oh my God. Yeah, she's fantastic, but I can't even keep up with her. My husband actually Googled the 21-day fix workout videos and found out that she's like a professional exercise modifier lady in lots of different workout videos. I want to become the modifier to the modifier. I don't even have to be in the studio. They can just put me up in the corner and be like, well, if you're completely hopeless, here's your lady. So yeah, it's been pretty sad. I also have Diastasis Recti, which means I can't do ab exercises. It's a separation of the abdominal muscles that some ladies get after they have babies. And I got it after my first baby, and it actually went away after a few years, and then I got it again with my second baby, and now I have a bit of a hernia. If you have that, talk to your doctor about what exercises you're allowed to do, because I know that there are restrictions, but I have been hopping around YouTube and the internet seeing that there are different trainers who have modifications for abdominal exercises for 21 Day Fix. And people who have diastasis recti, and I'm going to link you to those in the description. That can be very helpful. But the cardio fix video is a lot of fun. Surrenders are impossible for me because I just can't even get up and down that fast. I mean, sloth is an understatement. Like, I am so sloth-like trying to get up and down off the floor that Kristen Bell would cry at the mere sight of me. If you haven't seen that video, by the way, do. Kristen Bell, sloth, Ellen, Google it. I did this with my 7-year-old daughter who just jumped in and started doing all this, and even she was like, oh my gosh, after surrenders. But I didn't do the ab exercises. I did my own little modification just to keep myself moving. The upper body fix and the lower body fix are also intense workouts that I am huffing and puffing just after the warm-up. But it has gotten easier over the last few days. So I'm gonna get back with it again today and get my workout in, and we'll see how it goes. So far so good with the 21 Day Fix. I think the containers are probably unnecessary. You could probably just be assigned a calorie level and the eating list that comes along with it, and that would probably be just fine. But the containers are sort of a psychological thing to get some people away from calorie counting, because people do obsess about it. And Courtney's going to address this in her 7 questions for a dieter segment tomorrow, and she talks more about why containers work for her, and actually resetting her MyFitnessPal to count containers instead of calories. Other than that, I'm thrilled with 21 Day Fix so far. I'm able to stick to it. I don't feel hungry, and the food is satisfying. So that's good. I want to talk to you guys a little bit today about what it means to be brave when you've been heavy your whole life and you've had to tackle so many challenges. A lot of people keep saying to me, you're really brave to do this YouTube thing. And I feel pretty strongly that at this stage of the game, if I'm going to venture out on this limb and do a bunch of different diets to see what way of eating may work for people like me who've been heavy their whole lives, I'm gonna have to show you guys what the results are, what the challenges are, and the bumps and bruises and scabs and scars along the way. And one of the things that really gets me about having to live your entire life with a weight problem is how many situations you're put into where you have to be brave. From the time I was in 3rd grade and had to go to the store and we couldn't find a brownie outfit to fit me, a brownie uniform became the thing that I dreaded most. Anything with a uniform, a bridesmaid dress. I addressed this in my very first video, my chorus dress fitting. It takes so much bravery to address those issues. Just going to a charity event where everyone has to wear the same t-shirt, and you know that it's because it's a women's event, they're likely not going to have a size 3X for you, and having to ask the women there if they'll help you stretch a extra large into a big enough shirt just to slip over your other t-shirt and cling to you like this. Going to your first gynecologist visit, even just going to the doctor and having to explain to them that they can't just take your blood pressure on your forearm with a normal cuff, they have to get the large size. Just being confronted with you have to have a large size blood pressure cuff for the first time takes so much bravery because you feel so vulnerable in a medical setting. One of the times when I've had to be most brave in my life is just wanting to ride roller coasters, which is something I've loved my whole life. But I know if I get on that roller coaster at the amusement park and the restraint doesn't fit, there are going to be hundreds of people in line behind me knowing that I got what roller coaster people call the walk of shame because I couldn't fit the ride restraint. So it takes a lot of bravery to get in that line, and sometimes I can hack it and sometimes I can't. When I was in high school, it took a lot of bravery to talk to boys on the phone, and sometimes I would even talk to my friends of my friend. And one kid wanted to meet me at my high school's dance, and he went to another school. And it took a lot of bravery for me to still go to that dance knowing that he was going to meet me there and see me and not like me anymore. It takes a lot of bravery to be friend-zoned by the guy who really makes your heart go pitter-pat, and know that if you want to have this guy in your life, you're going to have to give him relationship advice and hear about all the girls he thinks are just marvelous because they're hot, even though you know they're awful people on the inside. It's tough. There's a lot of bravery involved with being heavy your whole life. Reading comment threads on the internet on stories like, fat people are costing you money, upping your health insurance premiums, upping healthcare costs in general, and reading those comments and still stepping foot out the door the next day, knowing how society at large is judging people who've been heavy their whole lives, even though they have absolutely no idea what it's like to live in this body and have so many challenges. That's true bravery. It doesn't take a lot of bravery to come here and tell you guys all about what it's like to be a lifelong heavy person and search for an eating solution that's doable for just a week, let alone a lifetime. That's not what takes the bravery. What takes the bravery is looking back at how naive I was in the past to how judgmental society is to people like me. I've always been a pretty good extemporaneous speaker and great with job interviews, but now I look back and think, gosh, did I lose out on jobs because of my size? Those comment threads can really do a number on your psyche. So it takes bravery to keep getting back on the horse and to keep trying again. And here I am. I'm 40 years old. I've been trying since I was 5. That's 35 years of dedication to the cause, of finding an answer to what can help people who've been heavy their whole lives like me actually stick to a plan and take that weight off. You guys have been so fantastic. I really love the people who've joined me over at MyFitnessPal. You guys have been a huge source of support for me. I've decided, because of your suggestions, that I'm going to start weighing in only on Wednesdays. So Wednesday morning, which is the start of a new diet for me every week, is when I'll weigh in and I'll report back when I do my diet wrap-up videos. And so we'll get a starting weight and an ending weight that day for each one of the diets. So come join me on MyFitnessPal and you can weigh in on this whole experience. Maybe I'll use some of your suggestions here in my videos. That would be great. And I'm going to start blogging on Tumblr, using that space for more than just pictures of my scale. So I'm going to put that link down in the description, link you to MyFitnessPal, my Twitter, my new Instagram account, where I'm going to take pictures when I'm working out or when I've hit a new goal or when I've made a meal that's healthy that I think is appealing and you guys may like. So I'm going to put all of those links down here in the description. But what would really help me is if you guys have watched my videos, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you guys for being so awesome. The suggestions you guys have given me have been wonderful. I'll see you next time on Janie Tries Diets, and we'll talk to Courtney, our expert on the 21-Day Fix. See you soon. Bye-bye.